What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and as promised, I'm going to be reviewing these custom X-Men statues by the same company in 4K. Now I did a live unboxing on each of them already. If you want to see how they are assembled, make sure you go check it out, but otherwise, let's get into it, man. All right, we're going to start off with this big ass diorama of Colossus fighting the Juggernaut on the Sentinel base here. And as you can see, man, it is pretty huge. Like comparing to me, this is a 1/4 scale, and also it comes with an alternate torso, the shirtless one with tattoos all over. We're gonna check all that out. Let's check out the base first. This is the Sentinel head, I believe. I'm not sure about the color. It came out as a teal color. It should have been darker blue, I believe, but you know, where it's tearing, you can see all the mechanical part inside. I think they could have done a lot better with those. It's even have the commissioner name on it and the sculptor as well. That's pretty cool touch, but I don't think you need to have it on the statue itself here. And see some more wiring and stuff. And I think they just kind of need a, you know, better shadowing or whatever, more damage. The purple part, it's okay. Again, could have been better. Especially here where it was cut, you can see like they tried to do the melted lava where it was cut. Got the Wolverine claw right here. That's pretty cool. And we got Kitty Pryde right here holding down Juggernaut's leg. That's pretty cool. And that is a pretty good looking one as well. Again, this one actually has a light up feature and the button is right here. Now I didn't plug it in because it's basically just underneath here, there's a Sentinel eye that's going to be light up, which you're not going to be seeing much anyways. And I don't really get for the AC adapter to work just to have this one point to be lit up. They could have just made like a little separate eyeball that you can put a little watch's battery in. And I think that would actually work too, because you have this cover up, not going to be seeing all that light anyways. Kitty Pryde. I think they did a pretty good job with her outfit here. It's very nice pattern on it. The paint job is pretty good as well. Now, this is her facial expression. I think I kind of like this. The skin tone, there's many layers to it, you can tell. Not so much on the hair, but it is a well sculpted. Pretty good. You're not going to be seeing her all that much because she's going to be facing to the back. That's a lot of details on here. Very nice paint job too, I believe. Like that's a lot of layers and shadowing. Very nice, actually. And more pattern as he's coming up, and there's a lot of battle damage around on both leg, really. They did a pretty good job, but to me, I think it looks kind of a little bit weird though. It looks like he's just shorter and a lot fatter, especially around the leg right here on the calf. It just seemed kind of weird to me. Let's take a look at the rest of the armor on Juggernaut here. I think the chest plate here looks pretty cool, well painted as well. It's about the same as the rest of the body. You can see the rip in the clothing, pretty nice. And man, he's very muscular, right? You can see the veins just popping out like Hulk. Bandages over here. Then you got the unstoppable, what do you call it? The brace knuckle. That's very cool. I think for the skin, they did a pretty good job. You can see they tried to do some bruises and blood on it, but that doesn't look too real. Even the back, nice details, a lot of patterns going on. Nice job on here. Same here on the right arm. It does look pretty good. And this one, you can actually see a lot of kind of dry blood just all over everything. Looks pretty good. On the collar here, you can see it said Uncanny X-Men. That's pretty good. That's like a little Easter egg. And for the portrait on this one, you can see his teeth are all messed up. And it got some blood stain on it as well. His helmet's kind of all broken right here. And it came in a separate piece, but you gotta be very careful removing this because it's very thin. So when you put it in, you can break it easily. So I don't even want to mess with it all that much, but you can take it off. So we managed to take that little helmet off. You have to take this collar off as well, but you can tell the face is pretty good. I like it all messed up, but when he doesn't have hair, doesn't really look too much like him, right? Let's try to put it back on just to show you guys. Okay, there we go, the color. And this is very delicate, so you gotta be a little bit careful. You gotta squeeze it a bit. There we go. And the magnetic just so strong right here, man. That's the way he looks. Now we're gonna change out the torso. Let's get it. Okay. Normally, one person can do this. หันไปข้างหน้า
เนี่ยตรงแล้ว
อันนี้ยังไม่ตรง
ได้อยู่ไม่ต้องไม่ดี
What the fuck
ตรงแล้วนะ
นี่ไง All right, we got it.
ถ้าเสียงอะไร
It's a little bit tricky, but I think you gotta play around with it a bit. Once you put it in, you kind of twiggle it a bit to get into place. But here it is with the shirtless Juggernaut. Let's check it out. Man, he is very muscular. You can see. I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? With the six-pack popping out, especially his chest right here. For the tattoo, I believe these are engraved when they printed out. All they did was just put like a black ink on top to make it look like real tattoo. Does it look good? It's okay to me, but I feel like this reminds me of The Rock a little bit too much. But it's a cool take though, I mean, for real. And that's funny right there. It said unstoppable right here in the back. That's kind of cliche for me, man. But geez, I don't think anybody have the muscle tone like this. That's crazy, right? Everything just so bulky. But the skin tone is pretty good, kind of matching out with everything there. And the portrait, it came with two different ones. This one, he kind of looked up and grinning. The teeth is okay, got some blood on it. And a little less detail, like I said, on the hair, on the bottom part here. That looks pretty good, but you're gonna see the seam line underneath the shin. Let's switch it out. The magnet is so strong. This one, I like it a little bit better because of the hair has more details and a lot more bloods and everything here. And he looks a lot meaner right here, I believe. Looks like a boxer. Still the same seam line, but not too much. All right, check out Colossus. Very dynamic pose right here. And I think the outfit is looking pretty good. One thing I don't like though, I like Colossus to be more metallic looking. This one is a little bit matted. The way they are scoped is very good. Even the gauntlet on the foot right here, looking very nice. The shin guard, the strap looks pretty good. The shin guard over here, it broke off, so we didn't even bother fixing it. I just found that out because somebody pointed it out during the live unboxing. But everything looks pretty good. This is where it's going to be keying in. He's pretty heavy, so I think the key is going to be able to handle it. It's magnetic, and this is a pretty big key right here. But you know, the gravity, that's what I'm worried about. It's just gonna press backward, and you can see the seam line right here. That is not really secure, but so far so good. We don't have any problem doing that. Let's just try to key him in. Just like that. Here we go. We have to use this hand, the closed fist. For the other torso, you have to use this one. Here is the left arm. There we go. Key it nicely, and you can see from the back here that it just fits his fingers perfectly. That's a pretty good engineering. Look at that. Perfect. It just barely touches his face. Just see how dynamic it looks. When you are using this torso, you're gonna have to put the hand in before, otherwise you're not gonna be able to. It's just gonna be like this, and slide it in. There we go. So there it is. With him, the hand in the face. And there you go. And this is the preferred look if it was mine. By the way, this one is belonged to my friend. So thank you to Mr. Mai again for letting me borrowing this. All right, let's get the measurement on this guy. Now, I prefer it to see both of them in the front, so I'm gonna measure it from this. Let's start with the length here to about there. That is about, man, about 24 inches or about 62 centimeters in length. And for the depth, it's about 26 inches or about 67 centimeters. And the height, it is about 34 and a half inches or 88 centimeters. So it's a big ass piece. Also, it's pretty heavy as well. So you gotta be careful when you disassemble it and when you try to move it. How do you keep your collection clean from all the dust? Well, it's gonna be vacuum cleaner. I have a product for you. This is Clean My Collection Vacuum Cleaner. This is a portable vacuum cleaner that comes with an extension and a brush. Very easy to use. With a small brush, it's gonna help you get into places that's hard to get to, and also it's not going to damage your statue. If you're looking for a vacuum cleaner and you want to support me, make sure you hit the link down in the description, and don't forget to use the code ART for extra 10% off. Moving on to Weapon X, this one is the same 1/4 scale, custom with the same company, but I really do like the concept here, and the assembly was not too hard. I mean, there's a video for it, and my guy did most of the work. You can go check out the live unboxing. Let's check out the details. Let's check out the detail of this capsule. You see here, it got an X for the Weapon X logo right here in the front. And for the sub base and the base, it's just kind of like a worn out, dirty gold matted color, which is fine. There's a lot of texture in it. I think they did a pretty good job on the wear and everything here. And it got like a little gauge right here that connects to the glass and everything, which, this one came out, which they could have been better if you ask me, but well, fuck. Stay, man. It won't stay. I don't even know why it came out, but anyhow, you know what I'm talking about, like the gauge, I mean, it just looked really fake. And these are the rubber pieces, whatever. But overall, it's pretty cool. This is acrylic, not real glass. So it's pretty doable. But one bad thing about it, you're not gonna be seeing a lot from the inside because it's just gonna reflect all the lights and stuff. And for the top part, it's the same wear out, dirty gold metallic. Inside is kind of matted silver with some wear and tear. And you can see here all the way around the LED strip light. The plug in, the AC adapter, it comes with the cord and everything. You have to plug it in from the top, and it comes with this remote control that you can control and change the lights and the pulsation and everything from there. Then you have this mechanical spine kind of looking thing that kind of connects to the back of him. And what you have to do is they give you this kind of big ass screw that you have to put in through the top and then tighten it so it will stay in place. That is a pretty cool idea right there. But the paint job on it, I just wish they'd use like different layers and stuff to make it look more realistic. Right now, it's very plain. And also this little tube right here, I mean, they are pretty bendable. I mean, these are the mixed media stuff right here, and it works okay. And same as the little tube right here is all color coded. So it's easy to find where to put it, and it just connects through the little holes. Same here for the wiring. And all these rubber tube as well. It just connects everywhere on his body all the way around. That is a cool concept, and it looks very cool as well. Now, this little injection, there's so many of them all over his body, and some of them doesn't really stay, so I have to use some of the little putty to put it in to keep it in place without falling, because he's gonna be upside down just for this video. Otherwise, it's just gonna fall off. And as far as the sculpt for his body, you can see they sculpted all the hair is all over his body. And as far as the paint, I think the color could have been a little bit lighter. Right now, it's just a bit too dark. But overall, not too bad. Even the arm here, you can see all the veins, the hair. One thing, you're gonna see a little bit of the seam line on both arms where they connect. And the magnetic that they use are so strong, man. I mean, when you're pulling this out, you gotta be careful because look, the claw is basically right up on his kneecap right here. So when you pull it out, you might break something. And also the claw, it's just too bad, man. They should have made it shinier to make it look more realistic. I don't like the matted look. I don't think I've seen anyone who does it like this. And the worst thing about it, I think, is the chest hair right here. I mean, it's so dark. It looks so awkward, man. But the musculature and everything, it looks pretty good. All this mechanical part right here on his belt, that looks pretty cool. Very realistic looking, I say. Even his Speedo, it got some patterns in it, looking nice. So far, it's pretty good. Now, to the portrait. This one, where he's wearing this mechanical helmet, whatever, it looks pretty good as well, except I think the portrait, they can do a little bit better than this. It just looks a little bit shinier than the body. And the magnetic for the head is very strong as well. So you don't want to change it too many times, man, because I feel like, look, I gotta be so careful pulling it. Here, it's coming out. Okay, there it is. Yeah, very strong magnets, man. Jeez. I don't even know if they need that, but the metallic paint on this is pretty good. And it also comes with 2 extra portraits. Here is the first one. It's just him sleeping in the tube. Nice sculpt on the hair. And you can see a lot of layers on the skin. This one actually looks a little bit better with some pink and orange in it. And my other favorite, I like this one. Same portrait, but you have the mask right on his nose and mouth, looking very nice as well. For me, it's either of this that will work, but this is more comic accuracy. If you kind of like it, make sure that you choose wisely before you put it in. If you put it into the tube, the only way you can change it is to take this whole thing out and put it upside down like this, and then you have to, take it out, and it's very hard to anyway. So just choose your best portrait before putting it in. One more thing I want to mention, there's a seam line right here on the neck. So you're only going to see it on some of the portrait is more visible than the other, but not a big deal. All right, now we're going to put him inside this tube for you guys. I recommend maybe you have 2 persons to do it because 1 person actually have to guide. Okay. Okay, he's taller than I am. Here we go. I'm gonna guide it through. It would be a lot easier if you put it down low, but then again, you're gonna actually have to carry this whole thing, put it on to the display, and that's not easy task. So you just wanna make him face the X right here. If it doesn't line up, you can actually just hold it and then turn it from the top like this. Right now, I think it looks okay. All right. This is where the AC adapter goes on top. See this? Just have to plug it in. There we go. And then this is also a bad design choice, I believe, because to turn on the light, of course, man, you're gonna need the extension, or you're gonna need like a little socket near your display to make it work without seeing this wire. So I wish they could make it like a Type-C material so I can use like a little battery pack that I can just put up here without having to do this. But anyways, here we go. Turn on the lights, boom. And with the remote control, you can just change it to whatever color you like or how you like it pulsating. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. I kind of like the way they kind of do this, but of course, if you look from underneath, you're gonna see the little light strip and light spot. As long as you're looking at him straight forward, I think that's the best view. I'll turn the light off so you can see better. So there's different level of brightness you can do. I haven't really messed with this for a bit. You can change the mode. Yeah, so bunch of stuff that you can do. That's a little cool gadget they gave us. All right, let's measure it. Just the dimension of the base. It is about 19 inches or 49 centimeter all the way around. The height, it is at 31, just over 31 inches or 79 centimeter. Yeah, it is a little bit taller than what I have in mind for my display, so he's gonna have to stay somewhere else. Hey guys, if you're looking for a cool art piece to put in your room, check this one out. This is TosaVador. It's basically Darth Vader and Tosakan, which is a Thai giant that has 10 faces. That's why you got 10 faces over here. And this one is made by 100% blonze. And the cost is $350 and very limited. So it's made by a friend of mine who is an artist here in Thailand. If you like this, make sure you hit him up. I'll put the link down in the description. And the name of it is Khan Factory. Make sure you check it out, man. Moving on to the last piece, this is the 1/4 scale Berserker Wolverine versus Ninjas, and it's the smallest of all three. Let's check it out. Let's check out the base. It looks like a cement. On top is kind of like the Japanese style temple with ceramic roof. But yeah, it's kind of lacking a lot of things right here on the subbase. It seemed like they just don't really care for it. Look at this white color. They just kind of splattered on there. I'm not sure what for. It doesn't look good at all. Yeah, and even the rocks and everything, it's just a little bit lacking on the details. The roof does look a little bit better though. I think the color, they did a pretty nice job. There's some blood all over because of these dead ninjas everywhere. This is more of a brownish color on the woods, but still doesn't look too realistic. There's some gold trim on the design on the roof here. Overall, it's okay. Take a look at the ninjas. This one, dude, he just dead for sure. Look at the claw of the Wolverine here, just cut him up good. Even the face, it's all bloodied up. Doesn't look like a face anymore. The texture on the clothing is pretty good, nice patterns. Like the hand here, it's okay, but it's a little bit too glossy for a person's hand, you know? But the blood does look good. Even the katana stuck right onto the body here with the blood and everything. Same here. Need some better paint job on the hand for sure. Same thing with this guy. Got a katana stuck into his back, Wolverine claw all over the back. And you can kind of tell it's a little bit glossy where the bloods are against the matted color of his suit and everything here. But everything else is just about the same with a glossy hand. And the legs here as well. You can tell they try to make the blood kind of glossy, but it's just a little bit sloppy. So it's just glossy everywhere here. That's a little bit of a miss, but not too bad. His boot here does look pretty good. Got some blood on his boot down here. And the suit itself, the pattern looks pretty good. I like the yellow to be a little bit more bright in color. But yeah, the blood does add to it. That looks pretty good. It got arrows stuck in it. And the ninja weapon, I can't remember what it called. That looks good. And yeah, the X-Men belt, it got some nice little shadowing for his muscle right here, which looks pretty good. Again, the patterns is okay. The belt looks pretty good here. The texture on the yellow, his pants, and the stripe, it does look pretty good. Just like I said, could have been better on the yellow, but everything else looks good. Now, same thing, the blood here is glossy everywhere, but it looks better on Wolverine than the ninjas. You got katana stuck to him, arrows. Dude, this guy is just getting beat up, man. He's in rage mode. His arm here with the glove, almost the same as his boot. And the claw here is metallic and it got blood on it. They came in separately, so you have to push it in on each one, but it doesn't really stay. So my friend just glued it in, man. Doesn't have a problem with it falling out anymore. If you like that, just glue it in. I would have done the same thing. Same as the left arm right here, but this one is so damaged. You can see the skin just ripping out everywhere. That's pretty gruesome, but that's the way I like it. If I were to own one, that's the hand and the arm that I would have used for sure. His shoulder pad is pretty good. It's kind of got a light metallic look to it. Same on this side. Like the front doesn't have that many damage to the body. And it comes with a switch out arm with a normal arm. If you don't like the gruesome look of it, then you use this one, which is a lot cleaner. And as I told you before, these came separately, but yeah, it doesn't really stay. So you're gonna need to use putty or just glue it in. Yeah, it's not really stable, but I like the way it is because this is metallic and it's die cast, so that's a plus. It comes with 3 different portraits. This one is the Berserker portrait, and you can see here he's all ripped up. You know, in the middle of the battle, everything is just all messed up over here. Just on one side, this side is normal. I like the way the blood is in his mouth and everything on his teeth, and a little bit glossy inside the mouth. That's the way I like it. I think they did a very good job on this portrait right here. It also comes with a portrait stand, which I think this looks pretty good. This Japanese monster theme that the sculptor did a pretty good job, and the paint does look pretty good as well. So here's how he put it. It's magnetic onto it, and the face here is pretty good. This is a little bit damaged, but he's grinning. This one is pretty good as well. And this one I really do like when he have his mouth open in rage and when he's fighting. That's the portrait I prefer. Change up the portrait. So this one does look pretty good. He looks angry as shit. Pretty nice. Now change it out to the other one. The one that's with little damage. This one is not too bad either. And of course, all of them is going to have a little seam, but you can't really tell. So I don't mind this at all. All right, let's check out the dimension. Let's check out the base first. This one is going to take less space. It is about 9.5 inches wide, or about 24 centimeters. Not bad. And I reckon it's about the same all the way around. Now let's go for the whole piece. It is about 16 inches in length, or about 40 centimeters. And as for the depth, starting with the claw here, all the way to the foot, is about 19 inches or 48 centimeters here. The height is not too bad. It is just shy of 19 inches or about 48 centimeters as well. So yeah, this one is the smallest of them all, but it is pretty heavy as far as the base. This one is very space friendly. All right, guys, that's it for the review on this custom X-Men statues. And to me, I do like the custom where they can do whatever pose they want, and the concept of them is so much better. But I still prefer a licensed company because of their engineering and also all the paint. It looks so much better. But you guys let me know what you think, and also which one is your favorite out of the 3. Now, this one is mine. These 2 belong to my friends. I paid $1,600 all in for this, and he paid $1,500 for this Wolverine Berserker and $2,000 for this Juggernaut versus Colossus. All right, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment and likes. I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace.